Once upon a time, in the lush, green wetlands of South America, there lived a baby capybara named Coco. Coco was the smallest of the litter with soft, brown fur and bright, curious eyes. He loved exploring the world around him, especially when his mother, Mama Kay, wasn't looking. It was a bright, sunny morning, and Coco woke up feeling extra adventurous. The tall grasses surrounding their home swayed gently in the breeze, and the sound of birds chirping filled the air. Today was going to be a wonderful day for a little capybara like Coco. After grooming himself with his little pink tongue, he decided it was time for breakfast. Mama Kay had told him that the tastiest plants grew near the water, so off he went, trotting toward the river. As he munched on the juicy greens, he heard a splash and froze. A big, lazy manatee was floating past, munching on some aquatic plants. Manatees are gentle giants, but they can be dangerous if you annoy them. Coco didn't want to risk it, so he stayed still until the manatee glided away. Then he went back to his snack. But as soon as he started eating again, a loud squawk made him jump. A huge heron with sharp, pointy beak landed on a nearby branch, eyeing him with hungry gaze. Herons can run on land and swim underwater with equal ease. They're also very patient when hunting. Coco knew he couldn't stay here any longer. He quickly finished his breakfast and ran back home as fast as his little legs could carry him. When he got back, all of his brothers and sisters were there, happily playing near their burrow. There was Carlos, the biggest and bravest of the litter, Isabella, who was as graceful and elegant as her name suggested, and little Diego, always full of energy and always getting into trouble. Coco liked playing with his siblings, but sometimes he wished he had someone his own age to play with. All of the other baby capybaras were bigger than him and always wanted to roughhouse. But Coco just wanted to have some fun without getting hurt. As if freeing his mind, Mama Kay nudged him gently and said, "Why don't you go say hello to Nico? It's time you two became friends." Nico was a young capybara who lived near them. Mama Kay had told Coco about him many times before. She said Nico was a very nice capybara, and that he would be perfect for Coco to play with. But every time Coco tried to go say hi to Nico, he ran away. Nico was a lot bigger than Coco, and Coco was always too scared to approach him.
But now that Mama Kay had told him to be brave, Coco gathered all his courage and went to find Nico.
He found him by the river, and even though Nico was busy eating, he managed to look up and greet Coco politely. Coco was surprised. Maybe Nico wasn't so bad after all. He greeted Nico back and asked if he wanted to play. At first, Nico declined, but Coco kept asking until he finally agreed. They started off slow, just walking together along the riverbank and talking about everything they saw. Soon, they came across a clearing with a shallow pool in the middle. "Do you want to swim?" Nico asked. Coco nodded eagerly. Swimming was one of his favorite things to do, so off they went, splashing and playing in the water. Coco was having so much fun. He had never had such a wonderful day. He and Nico raced each other to see who could reach the other side of the pool first. Nico always won, but he let Coco come in second so Coco wouldn't get discouraged. After swimming, they took a break to rest on the bank. That's when Coco noticed a family of turtles sunning themselves on a log nearby. He pointed them out to Nico, and they watched for a while as the turtles slowly blinked their ancient eyes. Then Nico suddenly stood up. "I challenge you to see who can get closer to that turtle family without them noticing," he challenged. Coco hesitated. Getting close to the turtles would be hard. If he got too close, they might notice him and start moving.
Then he remembered what his mother had told him.
Be brave. So he took a deep breath and crept forward. Slowly, he moved from behind a bush to a rock, then to another rock. The turtles hadn't noticed him yet, but he knew he had to hurry. Nico was already halfway there. Just as Coco reached the last rock, one of the turtles lifted its head and stared directly at him. Coco froze, hoping it hadn't seen him, but then it started moving away from him. Coco panicked. He had to do something to make it stop. He started making the funniest faces he could think of, sticking his tongue out, moving his ears back and forth, and even shaking his bottom. The turtle stopped and actually looked at him for a moment. Then it turned around and started moving again. This gave Coco an idea.
He started making funny noises, too. all the sounds he had been practicing since he was a little baby
He snorted like a pig, croaked like a frog, and even hissed like a snake. The turtle stopped once more, and this time it actually started inching closer to him. Coco kept up his act, not knowing what else to do, and the turtle eventually came close enough for him to touch its shell. He had done it. Coco was so happy. He looked over to where Nico was and saw that he had given up trying to sneak closer to the turtles. Instead, he was sitting on a log watching Coco with a smile. "Well done," Nico said when Coco came over to show him. "I couldn't believe it when I saw that turtle coming closer to you. You're a very good actor." "Coco." Coco blushed and thanked him. He couldn't believe how wonderful this day had become. First, he had made friends with Nico. Then he had outsmarted a whole family of turtles. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Coco knew it was time to head home. He and Nico said their goodbyes and promised to meet again tomorrow for more adventures. When Coco arrived home, his mother was waiting for him. "How was your day, my little one?" she asked. Coco couldn't wait to tell her about everything that had happened. He told her about his new friend Nico, the silly faces he had made, and how he had tricked the turtles into thinking he was a very scary animal. Mama Kay listened patiently, and when Coco was finished, she nuzzled him. "You make me so proud, Coco," she said. "I knew you could do it. Be brave, little one, and remember, you are loved." Coco snuggled close to his mother, feeling warm and happy inside. Today had truly been a wonderful day for a little capybara like him.